Hey guys, Rollout or Taylor here, and I'm back with another Division video. And in this video, I'm just going to cover one of my favourite things that is coming to 1.6. Some people may not see it as such a big deal. For a looter shooter, this is one of those updates that you're always wanting to see and hear about, and that is exotic weapons and items. Now technically we're not getting many new exotic items, it's just more of an overhaul to the ones we already have. You might be thinking though, well, I don't have any exotic weapons or items and I've never even heard of them. Well, that's where you're wrong. Every named weapon now is going to be turned into an exotic item, along with all of the named gear pieces. So of course that includes Barrett's chest, shortbow's knee pads, all of those named gear pieces, and the named weapons like the Tenambre or the Valkyrie, even the Historian and Liberator, and to add to that list now, the FAMAS is also going to be an exotic weapon. And one of the coolest things about this change is that they're going to get their own loot colour. By loot colour I mean, for example, high end is yellow and a gear set piece is green. We're now going to get a slightly pinkish orange colour for an exotic drop. This is going to be really cool, so instead of just going up to a loot pile that's got a few golds in, and then you see your named gun or gear piece, you'll now have, like I said, an orangish red beam for you to get excited about, which I know it's a really small change, like I've already said, but it's just really cool, and I can't actually wait for that beam to show up on my screen. So that's the colour covered. Is there going to be any changes to these items? To answer that question, there will be changes to named weapons, but we haven't heard anything about the 6 named gear pieces yet. Now, I'm going to cover the changes to named weapons in a minute, but I thought I would let you know, to get exotics, it's still going to act very similar. For named weapons, they'll still drop from open world bosses and various activities they're tied to, along with the named gear pieces. You'll now also be able to get exotics from an exotic cache that will drop as a weekly reward for completing a mission on Legendary. Obviously, Legendary is a new difficulty they're introducing with 1.6. So, changes to named weapons. These are pre-ETF feedback, so there will be changes, and as soon as I get my hands on the PTS and see the changes, then I'll update and make a new video on these items. So if you already have a named weapon, the first 2 talents will be re-rolled and random. The changes are as follows. The Hungry Hog, you'll gain a 20% damage increase per kill until the trigger is let go, so for example within that firing sequence. The Pecan will get an increased clip size per kill. The Valkyrie has now been split into 2, known as the Hilda and the EIR. Increase the stats of one another as weapons are switched out. I really don't have too much information on this sort of weapon combo, but I guess the way it works is once you've used maybe the clip in the first one, switch out, and once you go to that second weapon, once you use that, I'm guessing the stats are increased as well, and then so on and so forth, but I'm not sure how it will stack or even how it will work. But like I've already said, as soon as I get hands on the PTS, that's exactly what I'm going to try out because I'm very interested in it. It's going to be quite an interesting weapon combo to use. The Caduceus will get a talent like Self-Preserved, but this will act for the whole team, but it is stated this is likely going to be changed. The Medved will shoot a slug instead of a spread of bullets. Historian shoots initial bullet, which then explodes inside the target. Explosive buffs and bleeds do not stack with this one. The Midas or the Midas applies healing debuff to both target and self, but this again will likely be changing. The Tenambre, skill cooldowns reset when destroying an enemy weak point. Now this sounds really cool, something I'm definitely going to look into. I have quite a few Tenambres in my inventory, so I'm hoping I can get a fairly good rolled one. The Liberator will buff the damage of the Centurion, so another cool weapon combo to try. And it will stack with Expert. The Warlord, whilst firing, you do not take damage. All damage is applied upon reloading. All I'm going to say is Warlord with Meticulous, and you might have a slightly good weapon there. So yeah, that's all the changes we know that are possibly coming to the named weapons. Obviously, I don't have the full list, or there isn't any more released. Obviously, I've already mentioned a few times, but as soon as the PTS comes out and I get my hands on it, expect a lot of videos regarding this change, as well as everything else that is coming in 1.6. But guys, that is going to round it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I know it's slightly different, but I'm trying to keep you updated with 1.6 as best as I can, because I know you like these videos. And if you did like it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new around here and enjoy the Division content, then make sure to subscribe for all future content. But until next time guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.